Welcome back to another video with my Garbodor Terrakion deck. And this is playing against a deck that really is not competitive. You're not likely going to see this as a tier 1 deck anytime soon. However, he takes a great lead, and yeah, I think it's worth showing. So we'll go ahead and just start off. I start off with the Terrakion. He starts off with an Audino, gets to go first, and heavy balls for a Reshiram. So already looks like he's not playing things that are based on abilities, which means that I really don't have much to go on. Now, here's the question: do I bench the Emolga? Obviously, I attach to my active Terrakion. Bench the Emolga, maybe, and do I Juniper the hand? Or, I mean, Now, it's giving me the option for Tool Scrapper. So, did he attach a tool? So I'm a little confused by that. So it looks like he just attached a second fire energy and had to pass, so I'm going to attach my second fighting energy and end. So get a Trubbish on the field just in case. And now he's weak to fighting, so my Retaliate, instead of doing 30, is actually going to do 60, so there's really no reason for me to use catchers. I can take an early prize, hopefully, with Audino, before his Reshiram really gets going. Now, Reshiram EX does do like 150, so it is one-shotting me, so not a good thing at all. And I'm really going to have to work kind of hard to knock that thing out. So he communicates in a Fire Chandelure, which is really interesting. I'd love to see that thing get out. And puts down a Reshiram after he's already attached to the Reshiram EX, and he passes. So I'm going to attach the Rescue Scarf to the Terrakion, and I'm going to go ahead and end. I'm expecting this isn't going to be a competitive deck, so I'm thinking I'm not going to need my ends later on. I go ahead and level ball and get another Trubbish, really just to get another one on the bench just in case, and I'm going to communicate the other Trubbish in for another Terrakion. I don't really need to attach to that Terrakion, so we're going to go ahead and just retaliate for the knockout. If he one-shots, I'm trying to remember what Reshiram EX does, if he's 150 is his big hitter, because if he does, that one-shots my Terrakion, and I'm going to need another Terrakion on the bench to retaliate. So he's not playing a completely legal deck, so he does play Interviewers. Looks like he hits 1 fire, 2 fire, and any more? 2 fire. So one-shots me, flips tail, so he does 50 to himself, but one-shots me, which hurts. So for now, I'm probably just going to put up my free retreat or Emolga. No reason really not to. But, I mean, honestly, I'll be attacking with the Terrakion, so I did get it back with Rescue Scarf. I need to do 130 to it. This is not going to be easy. He doesn't rely on tools or abilities, but I'm playing the Garbodor just in case and using a Bianca to get my hand up. We're going to use another heavy ball. We're just going to thin out the deck as much as possible so I could hopefully make sure that I draw into that energy. Checking my discard pile. I don't want to put the... I think I'm going to wait to use the Super Scoop Up when I have more. And Retaliate glitches. Retaliate should have done 90 since he had just knocked out one of my Pokemon, but it only does 30. So that is very frustrating because he can sit here and one-shot me all day, and if I can't retaliate for my full power pretty much, I'm in trouble. So he one-shots me again and flips heads so he doesn't do any damage to himself. I do have an experience share in play, so we're going to go ahead and pull it back, put up the free retreater. Now I'm definitely going to use that Super Rod. I've got 2 more Terrakions. I'm honestly wondering if I should even bother with the Terrakion. I think I'm just going to go for the energy since I really need to use that. Heavy Ball for 4th Terrakion, and we're going to end. He's got a nice, nasty hand size, and we're going to get down a little lower. Unfortunately, I flop on an energy, so right now, again, I'm just thinning out my deck as much as I possibly can. I'm going to lose that Emolga anyways. So I'm just hoping that, you know, wow, that's really rough, that after super rotting in 3 energy, I still whiff on the energy pull. So, in the meantime, he's benched a Growlithe or something and is just attacking or attaching to his Reshiram. Now, here's where he makes a mistake. He should have just taken a guaranteed knockout, risk doing the damage to himself, but instead he went for the flippy one. That pretty much gives me time to, that gave me a free turn. So I'm putting the experience, was that an experience share or rescue scarf? I put the tool on a Terrakion, I attach to my other Terrakion, and yeah, we're just gonna retreat and put a little more damage. It's not gonna retaliate, or I'm gonna give him a Garbodor. I guess I'm gonna wait until I can really get it powered up, force him to maybe burn, do a little extra more damage to him and hope that the game doesn't glitch again. I don't really know why I didn't give him the one with the other Garbodor, but I guess I figured with no abilities, at least I get the Garbodors back. I mean, I really don't need them though, so not quite sure. That may just hurt me later on if he ends me. And, I've taken a few more prizes. So, I just leave it up there and pass. He attaches to the Reshiram. Again, like I expected, he was forced to do a second attack, but he flips heads, so it really didn't do any damage anyways. And I put the Emolga for free retreat. And I think this is why I sacrificed the Garbodor, is to activate Retaliate rather than Land Crush. But Retaliate is still glitched, so that is incredibly frustrating. So he just one-shots me and hits heads again, and yeah, I'm able to get all my energy back with energy share or experience share, but that's 2 times now that I've been gypped out of 120 damage. So at this point I pretty much say, screw the glitch retaliation, I'm just gonna start land crushing. Gotta get this thing knocked out. I Juniper for a nice fresh hand. And, yeah, pretty much, he only needs 2 prizes, but hopefully I can, do something. So we're gonna Land Crush, finally knock out that Reshiram, and, get a couple more prizes. Now, on the bench, he really doesn't have much. He's got a regular Reshiram. He's been loading it up with energy, so it can do, attack for a couple turns. But I do have a switch in hand, and I just drew into more energy, so that is excellent. Let's see what he does. If he's really just gonna... Yeah, he's kind of in an odd spot. I really just evened the prizes up quite a bit, and he's gonna hit me for 120, 10 short and knockout, and discarding 2 fire. Do I do 90 to him and then just retreat? Or not retreat, do I just retreat and do 30 to him? Or do I sacrifice him? Either way, I'm going to be attaching to the bench Terrakion, and I'm thinking I'm just going to switch, do 30 to him with my retaliate, and, no, maybe not. So I just go for the Land Crush to put 90 on him, knowing he's going to knock out my Terrakion, but knowing that on the next turn, I'm going to be able to Land Crush him again, knocking out that Reshiram, and after that, he's really been concentrating too much on that Reshiram. He's been attaching all of his energy there, and it's about to go down. So, yeah, this is pretty much where it turns south. Like I said, this really isn't a competitive game right here. Really the only issue that made this a close game was my lack of retaliation working. But, this is also just to kind of show you how useless Garbodor is in some matches. Now, you're not going to see a Reshiram EX deck really at the top tables at your local tournament. But, never know. If you're playing Garbodor Terrakion, you may face one in your first, maybe even second round, and just kind of need to be prepared for that. So, he doesn't attack. I'm not quite sure why. I actually have no idea why he didn't attack. So I'm going to put a tool, rescue scarf on the Garbodor. Random receiver for a Sharon. I still have plenty of cards in my hand, so we're going to go ahead and use it. There's really nothing else I need. I think I would have felt more comfortable with another Terrakion on the bench, but there's really nothing else I need, so we'll just retaliate for the knockout. I mean, he could have just hit me for 120, and, yeah, Yeah, he really should have just hit me for 120, and then he just could have attached with Growlithe for the game. Unless I'm missing something, did he not have uh the energy? I thought he had four attached to him. So, technically, he actually should have had that game won. After he attacked, I would have been forced to retreat into a Garbodor, and I do run a second Super Rod, so I believe I ran it. Yeah, I know I run a second Super Rod, so I would have been forced to pretty much search it out in order to get a Terrakion back. So I land crush again, and yeah. So technically, if my retaliates worked, I would have won a long time ago. But with the glitch retaliates, he should have been able to win that game if he had just attacked. Maybe he's facing glitches too. And as you can see, all the catchers in my hand and didn't need a single one of them. That second Super Rod, though, would have been very, very nice. I believe I've blown through all my Terrakions. And, I don't know where my Mewtwo is. Unless this is a first version of the deck, maybe I didn't run Mewtwo, but Mewtwo has to go in Garbodor Terrakion. So, I, have no idea, really, what's going on. Can I knock out throw in one shot? I think it's got 108 HP, so I may not be able to do that. I've got a huge hand of 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 in my hand. That Bianca they're certainly very useless. And there's really nothing for me to attach to, so we're just going to Land Crush for 90. And with those 3 catcher in my hand, I'm feeling pretty good that if he ends me, I'll be able to draw back into him. I probably should be burning some tool scrappers or something like that. But yeah, looks like he doesn't have a way to switch back to his Reshiram. And he doesn't have the end, so that's it. That's the game. Very, very odd game. That's also the cool thing about the Pokemon Online game is you just really never know what you're gonna run up against. So, say a good game in the corner just for good sportsmanship, and any minute now I'm going to attack. I guess I don't see that it's my turn. I'm not quite sure why I'm delaying right now. Really shouldn't be dragging it out, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. And stay tuned for many more. And there was my Super Rod. It was prized. So yeah, had he, that could have gone very differently. So, again, stay tuned. More battle videos coming up.